Graham, final moment of this annual conference. So before we conclude, I would like to thank you again for being here with us. And we thought it would be really the perfect opportunity to share an update on what we do and what our priorities for 2023.
Yeah, I don't think we need to cover this one very much. I mean, we've been around for nearly 10 years this year. We've got quite a big following LinkedIn and on Twitter. And basically, we're always here if people have got questions and just want to get hold of us.
Just a reminder of our membership. Our members cover actually a very broad spectrum of the activities within the drone ecosystem. So we know that ARPAS started back 10 years ago as a drone operator community and trade body, but now beyond drone operators, we also have members such as yourselves in the room, technology providers, service providers, insurance companies, software providers, UTM providers, flight centers, and I'm probably forgetting some of those, including universities.
Again, I mean, basically the philosophy is quite simple: work in the best interests of the UK drone community, engage with a fairly broad range of stakeholders, including, and I'll go through some of the lists and what have you later, but we've got a collaborative approach. We're not ones who want to go off to Facebook and complain about everything. We really want to collaborate so we can fix things in the ecosystem that need some attention. And the respect of inclusiveness, I think, is just a fact of life these days. You need to be walking that walk.
A few numbers that are always very useful, and I guess some people in the room will recognize those slides as well. Actually, ARPAS pilots and operators are the largest aviation community in the UK, with more than 500,000 registered active flyer ID and operator ID. Of those, approximately 7,000 are in the specific category. So ARPAS-UK members are predominantly professionals and commercial operators. And we are, as a majority, in the specific category, but not only, because we know very well that commercial activities start in the open category. And nowadays, ARPAS as an aircraft is not only a tool to collect data, but we're also moving up to aerial operations and advanced mobility. Now, in terms of update, at the end of 2022, we conducted a members survey so that we understand what are the key priorities for our members. And here is the outcome of that survey. You see that respondents identified as priorities for our resources that we, 1, convey members' challenges to the government, DFT, the CAA to facilitate change. 2, that we engage with other airspace users, including recreational pilots, general aviation, to facilitate acceptance of drones. 3, and that was already back in those days, we promote new PDRAs and standards to streamline the CAA approval process and turnaround time. 4, that we collaborate with the aviation ecosystem on future-facing issues such as BV loss. 5, that we inform our members on regulatory meetings attended by us and their outcome. And finally, that we continue and organize CPDs and webinars focused on professionalism and competencies. So that membership survey helped us form our 2023 priorities. Our 3 main priorities are actually just a continuation of what we've been doing over the last years, but actually it really helped us focus on what mattered most for our members. So we will continue, 1, to support proportionate regulations and standards for commercial operations in the here and now and in the next 3 years. Second point is about the safe adoption of drones by end users, so making sure that we increase market demand and that we conduct operations with professionalism and with the skills that delight our end customers so that they see the benefit of using drones and they understand the impact of using drones in their businesses. And the third goal is to act as a conduit for future-facing issues. We try, as mentioned by Graham, to and collaborate with the whole ecosystem in a way that we can try and inform on future regulations beyond 2025. Now, focusing on the first topic, our effort to improve, well, how should I say? Maybe improve is not the right word, but to contribute to regulations and standards. Graham?
Yes, okay. I mean, I just want to touch on these. I mean, you're going to get a copy of the video, you get copies of the slides if you want them, and you can sort of come and ask questions. But the couple that I want to sort of focus in on is the second one down, Future of Flight Industry, which isn't the Future of Flight Challenge. This is a group set up by government, chaired by the Aviation Minister. Its first meeting is next week, 8th of March, and it's an industry group trying to feed requirements in to government. There's 20 members of that group, and then I think the CAA is represented by Tim Johnson, who's I think currently head of policy, and it's sort of the great and the good from the industry. It's an attempt to get feedback. The other couple I want to just touch on is BSI Group. Where's Chris? Chris, stand up, wave, whatever. Chris has joined BSI recently to engage with getting standards for some of the work we're doing. He's very pragmatic, and if you want to know what what's going on, talk to Chris. I've talked already about SASIG and local government and what have you, and part of that's down to you to give us the ammunition to go and take to them. YPO is the government framework I talked about in response to what Mark raised. It covers now drones, drone services, maintenance, etc. And ECITB industry, so that's the Engineering Construction Industry Training Board. That's industry-led training. And Reg, wave your hand, whatever. He's from the ECITB. If you've got any questions for that, it's not competing with CAA training. CAA is the regulatory piece. It's looking at what additional things are needed to give a symbol of confidence in pilots in various industry scenarios. And I think all of that, before you just go on, all of this is aimed at trying to drive the acceleration of the safe adoption of drones in industry.
Okay. So on the CPD side of things, this last year we've run over 20 CPD and future-facing sessions for industry with a fantastic turnout of people. These are people who have joined us this year to help run them, all members, and we have much enjoyed seeing everyone. The message here is if you want to get involved and be talking to your end user customers, then please come and see us. We can help you find those people. We engage with the other professional bodies out there, the other relevant people, the other relevant companies to get your message across, but in a sensible, proportionate way.
One word to mention about the CPDs is that also we've broadened the scope. We now include future-facing challenges as a running theme. And on that theme in particular, our webinars are open to the public. So it's not limited to attendance by our members. We actually publish them on our website, and it means that you have a broader audience that can replay our webinars. One of the last keywords of this session must be engagement. We're a membership organization, so of course we engage and we want to continue to engage more. We mentioned earlier during the day the special interest group, the first one being on regulation. We also have several activities when it comes to engaging better in a digital manner. So we have a new website in progress with the support of Kickstarter. We have, as mentioned, an enriched program of webinars and videos, and we've set up some virtual meetings, Meet the Team, so you can turn up at any time during those meetings on Fridays. And the final element about engagement is that beyond digital, of course, we still want to meet our members in person, like today. The next major one will be about DroneX. Graham, would you like to say a word on DroneX?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're very pleased actually to welcome the two sort of guiding lights about DroneX. So if anyone's got any question, that's Chloe and Adnan. They're sat up back there. Thank them very much for coming. But this is about an opportunity to present your wares, speak at DroneX, and if you want to stand, then talk to them about what options there are. So that's one side of things. The CPDs and solutions, right? So taking those CPD solutions and sharing them with the rest of the world, either via CPDs or by talking at trade shows or by talking at industry trade association events, for instance, surveying or whatever, is vital. But it all rests on you guys giving us again the content and the ammo. I think we've got another coffee break now, or a networking, or
Yeah, that's great. I think our next slide is to thank everybody.
Hey, there we go. Thank you very much for coming here.
Thank you very much for attending and for joining us as well virtually. And I think, Graham, we can officially close the annual conference.
Yes, thank you very much, and thank you everybody.